Yeah, obviously we're thrilled about the appointment. It's a big appointment for Irish football. Um, Martin O'Neill as manager, we wanted him for a long, long, long time to manage the Republic of Ireland team. And obviously Roy Keane coming in as his assistant. Two big characters, two iconic players, two iconic, I suppose, football legends involved in the Irish team. I think it's a great success. Well, obviously Ray Houghton and Rue Doctor went to the market, met people who had applied for the job. That would involve going on the continent as well in the British Isles, if I can use that phrase. And you know, obviously they met many, many people along the way. Martin O'Neill, I think, needed time to consider the move from from club football to international football. It's a big thing for a football manager, moving from the day-to-day activities to playing every couple of months. And once he'd made that decision that he would look at it and that he wanted to manage Ireland, I think it became a very simple decision for Ray and Ruth to recommend to the board. That's what they wanted to manage the Irish team going forward. The board were thrilled about that. And obviously then over the last couple of days we've been getting into contract negotiations, all the detail that comes within that, and everything looks good. And Martin should be in on Saturday to be unveiled as a new Irish international manager. Well, I met Martin maybe 8, 9 years ago at our international awards, which we hold every year. He got a specific award on that night. I was very taken by him, very taken in particular by his passion for the game and his passion for Ireland. So since then, I think for quite a while we would love to have had him manage Ireland, but he was obviously very much immersed in club football. And on this particular occasion, thankfully, he's decided that he'd like to move from club football to international football. No, because we had a manager at the time, and you don't do that. You don't do that. I mean, that's something I'm always very respectful of. The manager at the time needs to be respected, and until that person leaves, then it's only then that you can start discussions about somebody replacing. I think it goes back to, do you want to manage a club, or are you ready to make that transition into international football? I think Martin will explain that probably in more detail when he's in on Saturday, when he's been unveiled. I think that's a big issue and was a big issue for him. No, that's the manager's decision. I come from the school that the manager picks his backroom staff. So, who will be his goalkeeping coach, who will be his assistant coach, that's a decision for the manager. And Martin said it to me, would I have any issue with Roy being appointed? I said, absolutely not a problem. Not a problem at all. And talks progressed from there. I think there was many people who would have been considered for the job. I think this time around there was a real sense within Irish football and the board and obviously Ray and Rude that an Irish appointment was probably something that we wanted this time around. Giovanni, of course, had managed it for 5.5 years with Marco. So there probably would have been a preference for an Irish manager this time around, albeit they did exhaust the process by going looking at continental managers as well. Well, you always hope so, because if it does, that means we're successful. Simple as that. The longer the appointment goes on, the more successful you normally are. Yeah, it's for the Euros, but if we are successful to get to the Euros, there's an option, of course, for it to be renewed for the World Cup to Russia in 2018. Oh, it's not a problem. Not a problem. I mean, we met last week, met twice. Not a problem. I'd say we discussed the past for 30 seconds. As I said before, I said in many interviews today, Irish football is bigger than any individual, be that me, Roy Keane, Martin O'Neill, or whoever. And it's incumbent now on all of us to work together to get Irish football back to the great times of going to major tournaments. And we're all on the same page, all on the same playing pitch in that regard. Well, first of all, it couldn't be done without the tremendous support of Dennis O'Brien. If Dennis didn't make that contribution, we wouldn't be able to make this appointment. So that of course, is a really significant part of this package. It lessens the financial contribution from the association, but again, his support, Dennis's support of this project and previous projects has been outstanding. The objective is to get to the Euros, where the France 2016, the draw is taking place next February in Nice, and the objective is that the Republic of Ireland team get to participate in the finals in France. Well, having spoken to them, they're both excited to take it just apart from the traditional thing of managing the Irish team. They've obviously been going to matches in England, um, getting involved in coach education programs here, particularly with Ruth Doctor. I think attending League of Ireland matches is something I think Roy has done anyway of recent for sure. It's something that he and Martin would wish to do going into the future. And of course, assisting our current underage managers, in terms of working with the players, because it's be a big thing for a 17, 18, 19-year-old player to come in contact with legends like Martin O'Neill and Roy Keane. So they're the different facets that have been spoken about, and that both Martin and Roy are anxious to do part. So I think the approach to the job will be very much different to the previous approach. That's a question for Rude. I think any knowledge that they could convey to Rude in terms of a national development plan for underage football would be very much. I think Rude would welcome that. Yeah.